we're just basically gonna use the grid lines and get started in terms of just editing.
Where do you find your hooks?
If somebody here wins, I'm gonna crush you in sparring.
Go! What the fuck?
So every year, me and my team, we go on vacation and we thought of this idea to actually bring out the top students with us together. Last time it was Mikey, which is filming right behind this camera right now. But this time it's actually Bon, who made 1.2 million. 1.1 or 1.2?
1.2.
Who made $1.2 million with his fucking dropshipping business. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hand the camera to Bon and he's gonna document a day in his life with us on this vacation.
Good morning. So today we're gonna do a day in the life of Bon. And normally I would start with getting ready and all that kind of stuff, getting out of bed, filming myself waking up twice because the second time is fake. I'm not gonna do that because it's cringe. Anyways, we're gonna start the day off with some breakfast with Michael, and I'm very hungry, so let's get the day started.
Today we have a bunch of filming to do some turbojet filming just for the camera so people can actually see how things are just done generally. Obviously this is a different setting, this is not real life, right? So how is it different?
Coming out here, like, you know, you have like the sunlight that's unseen in Canada. Like, I've never been in like this tropical vibe of
I can tell by the sunburn.
It was
show your chest.
It was 20 minutes.
Yeah.
20 minutes. And I'm fried up like a red egg. Back in Canada, every day is just in my room. Life is just in my room grinding, but like out here, we at least get to grind in a nicer environment.
Would you say it's distracting?
Definitely. Very distracting because it's just very fun to be able to be here alone, and it's hard to keep up with work, but you guys all seem to have your work environment set up. Like as soon as clock hits 12, or not 12, like 10 o'clock, everyone's gone and working. And on the first day I got here, I didn't expect that. So like we were just chilling, and then people just started disappearing and I'm like, where's everyone going? Yeah. And so basically these guys actually work hard. Everyone actually has stuff to do. I thought I was just gonna, you know, have a little break, but there's no breaks.
With a setting like this, it's much easier to chill, obviously, but also it's easier to be super hyper productive like for a few hours. And what I noticed for myself is when I'm somewhere where there's basically like just everything is open end, it's much easier to push things to later. And something like this is basically a place where I'm gonna work for like 4 or 5 hours super focused before and after I chill, and that's it. And this is something which I noticed while traveling. I noticed that I'm capable of doing that, and I wasn't capable of doing that at home, you know? So I was always like doing the same amount of work, but in 8 or 9 hours because I was stretching and doing bullshit.
Because now there's like structure.
Exactly. No, not only structure. It's basically that I have like a clear deadline. I know we're not going to be able to do anything after this time. Whenever I have like the pressure of, okay, I have to do things much faster, for whatever reason I'm able to, I've tried to remind myself of that when I'm home, so I can basically try to work as productive as
But the thing is, when we are at home and when I am at home, I literally have no like backing in terms of what day is what. Like I will forget what day of the week it is because every day is the same, right? Yeah. And so that becomes really easy to slip up where you just end up dragging things on for longer. So in reality, like if for someone like me, I go to school and when there's like homework deadlines, you'll see me actually being a lot more productive with homework. But that's the thing, like when it comes to like work and dropshipping, stuff like that even, it's really easy to just end up procrastinating a lot, dragging things out. Yeah. And so there needs to be a system in place to be able to keep things contained.
So what we're gonna do after breakfast is we're gonna start filming for the turbojet, and basically I'm gonna pretend like I'm a complete beginner and I'm just gonna ask every single question for you guys so it's more understandable what Bon is actually doing.
This is not racist. I'm genuinely asking this question.
It will be for sure.
I'm just asking a question out of curiosity. Is Ghana the language that they speak like? How do they speak? Did you just speak Ghana? What's the language where they click?
South of Africa.
Again, I'm not being racist. I'm genuinely curious. Imagine dubbing a movie with that.
All right. I'm back at it again, vlogging.
We already got everything set up. This is basically what we're working with here. Orange juice and a bowl of water, a blow dryer, and lastly, the number one prop, the turbojet. Let's get started. Let's bring everything outside and set up the scene.
Let's go.
I was like analyzing this area, and I think the best spot to film is gonna be right here, just because we want a nice view. We got the ocean, we got the greens, we got the pool.
We got the barbecue.
Yes, absolutely. And so the reason I brought orange juice, in the original video, let me just go ahead and show the camera what the video looks like. We used a little bowl of pink liquid. And essentially the reason we don't just use water is because it's hard to see when it's just water. So when we put in some sort of coloring, it allows the viewers to actually see more clearly what is going on.
Where do you film this?
This was Joe's apartment.
Nice. Joe has a nice apartment.
Joe does have a nice apartment. Yeah, that's why I have orange juice. Let's go ahead and put some in. I feel bad. It's almost like I'm wasting stuff. Yeah, that's good. Dude, it looks like a piston bowl. We got the liquids, and essentially what we're going for, past the blow dryer, is we're gonna put the video up on screen. First,
Do you think of a plug?
no, we don't need to. The crazy part
There's
is
no
we
way.
didn't even plug in the blow dryer in the first place. So that's like kind of like the controversy we used, because we straight up like switched the blow dryer on and just like pointed it, it didn't even work. And the people in the comments are like, bro, like you didn't even put the power in.
Right.
So we don't need to power it, makes our life easy. And so this whole time when I start, I'm gonna be thinking about the duration of the sound, and I usually have to listen to the sound for a bit and figure out exactly how long and when I'm gonna do each cut. I kind of generally know this format because I've done it a couple times, so I know exactly how I'm gonna film it. And because this video, I want it to be more of like a natural, organic style video where it almost comes off like someone filmed it in their own like balcony or backyard or whatever, as like almost an entertaining video on TikTok, just organically made. I'm gonna do it in 0.5 lens because I found that in 0.5 you kind of come off more organic and less edited and stuff like that. It's easier to go viral sometimes for certain videos. So I'm gonna start right here. I'm basically copying the video as close as I can, but making it better in some sort of way because we have a gorgeous view. And we're just basically gonna use the grid lines to kind of line things up and make sure that everything is in frame, in view. And I'm gonna bring the blow dryer in, show it. And if you notice the lighting right here, if I show it like this, just look at the blow dryer. The sun's going against it and you don't see anything other than the shadowing. But if I show the camera on this side, now the blow dryer looks nice, right? So that's what we have to keep in mind whenever we film. We want to work with the lighting, not against it. And so because originally I filmed it with my right hand, I have to switch to my left just because the lighting's better this way. So we're gonna start here, we're gonna pull it in frame. So I showed basically the blow dryer, trying to use it, it doesn't work. And I shook my fingers, I know, because like that's like the common format whenever you do the contrast videos. And next up, we're gonna get the clip of us just absolutely obliterating this bowl. If you guys haven't seen this product yet, it's actually about to be insane. So I actually wanna come in like this where the sun's casting on the surface of it so it looks nice.
Oh, the camera's fully wet.
Bro, I just got fucking drenched.
Don't even pretend like your sweat is the fucking
No,
water.
like-
This is sweat and not water.
I got fucked up right there, I'm not gonna lie. Look at my fucking arms. So this happens every single time I film this video, it's a given. Sorry I didn't warn you. So after getting absolutely pissed on, I think I'm ready to edit the video.
Let's go.
Okay, so we got all the clips we needed. I got absolutely drenched, just cleaned up a little bit. And we're gonna go ahead and get started in terms of just editing the video as closely as possible to the original one. Now, I did realize that I missed a part where I basically did a hand transition where I get up on the camera and release it and make it look like I basically changed. We don't have that, but it's important to basically get as quick as you can, straight to the point, and make the video very visually appealing from beginning to end, have a really great hook. I already have it drafted up here. I've added all the clips, and let me just go ahead and show the camera exactly what we're trying to achieve again. So if you notice, like right away, like the things that we can improve already is like, if you take a look at like the lighting of how it was casting on the device, it just wasn't too great. Like there was some shadowing going on like right here. And I'm gonna, like even like this, like it wasn't the best lighting. It was likely because it was just really hard to get the right lighting because my creator was on a balcony. That's what I took note of when I'm going out there. Like when you're replicating a video or trying to basically match a video that already went viral, number one thing you're trying to do is look for things at which you can do better. You can match the quality, that's number one rule, but the second thing you want to do is really just do better than the original. That's why I like really focused on lighting. Now the problem is I missed a clip where I basically attached a magnet and also had this hand transition where he slaps the camera. Watch right there, like that. And then so if I were to refilm it, which I'm not going to because I got absolutely drenched, that's what I would add in because it adds substance to the video. It adds some sort of visual appeal where it's interesting because it's like a magnet being dropped onto onto the device and just sticks and just looks cool. And that was actually a huge visual selling point throughout a lot of the videos. We use that a lot of just throwing it on, but just so I explain that so you know, we don't have that clip right now. So let's go ahead and get started. We have the sound. I've already added the clips right onto the timeline. And right now, obviously starting off, we have like an entire 20-second video. And we're gonna basically shave it down so that it's perfectly lengthed in a way where we're not losing any retention of the audience that are watching. We're gonna get straight to the point as quick as we can, but still make it look cool. Here's the sound, we put that in, and then right away, the first thing I'm looking for is where's the drop. So you can see like right here, like the sound is obviously expanding right here. For those of you that don't know, you can do this and like zoom in and out of your timeline. A lot of beginners don't know this, and it actually helps you edit really precisely, and that's exactly what you should be going for. You always wanna try to be as perfect as possible and don't get lazy with your editing and also your filming. So I know the drop's right here. That's where it should be blowing, right? We start blowing the device right here. We know that this area should have been aligned right here. So that means we gotta shave these initial clips a little bit more. So we're gonna introduce it right where it's already coming in, so we're not wasting any time showing the prototype. So notice how like, this is a 6.5 second clip, and it's just literally me showing the first blow dryer, and this is way too long and too boring. So what we're gonna have to do is cut it down. But just notice how boring it gets. Way too lengthy, nothing going on, just me showing a boring blow dryer. Nobody wants to watch that, right? So essentially, what I could have also done better, I don't know if you guys can clearly see, but I like hit the switch and turn the blow dryer on and off right here. And what I could have done better was actually just show the switch on camera better and like actually faced it at the camera, so people actually know that I'm switching it on and off. That way they actually like go like, bro, like the blow dryer wasn't even plugged in, right? But because we don't have that angle pointing at the camera and switching it, we're gonna go ahead and do basically a zoom cut. So here, I'm coming like this, and I'm gonna cut it right here, where I'm gonna basically take a snippet section and zoom in and basically cut it right where I'm like clicking it on and off. And I'm just gonna zoom in to what's going on here so people can actually see what's going on. You see how like now you can see the switch being hit? So it looks like this. Boom. So now you just saw me switch it on and off. I'm basically gonna extend this clip a little bit. Boom, we got the finger motion. So now it looks like, put it away. I can almost cut it a little sooner because nothing was going on right here. So we basically want to avoid having dead space. Dead space is when you basically have nothing happening in the video. So in this case, it would be like right here, where like I took the blow dryer away and just nothing is going on. I see that with like a lot of students that I go over when we watch their videos. People oftentimes leave dead space in, and it's just so annoying because you're gonna lose so many viewers when you have nothing going on. So basically you wanna keep the pacing moving at all times, and you don't wanna have that space. So here we are. So even there, I would consider that dead space. Like you see how like there's nothing going on for like even like half a second. We're gonna cut straight to almost like when it's already in frame, because it's happening so fast, you can't really notice. To really put it in perspective of how deep I go in terms of audio syncing with the visuals, I'm hearing the commentator say the United States Air Forces. I wanna make it so that when it says United States Air Forces, the words sync up with the cuts. I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but like that is literally the way I work. So I am very meticulous with the way I cut, and I try to really make sure I match the audio with the visuals. So like right here is where we start blowing. We wanted to match it with the beat drop right here. So essentially we still have a little too lengthy of clips at the beginning. Boom, bring it in. See, it looks like, see that didn't look smooth because it duplicated. So we're essentially, we want to find a little different of a clip where it comes in. Boom. Boom. Perfectly timed. I love when that happens. I didn't even intend to like cut the drop perfectly, but like normally what people would end up doing is like they just let it like run on like for a bit so that people can see like what happened and how obliterated the bowl. And what I actually like to do is I will cut it at its climax. So what that does psychologically is you end up having people see the climax of the video, and then you cut it right there and then, and it allows people to actually want to watch the whole video again if it's short enough, to just see it again because they just want to see it again, because you literally cut it at its peak to the point where they almost wanted to see more. So that's where I would usually cut it, right about here. So now we're at about 10 seconds. actually a little bit more just so that you can see that the bowl is actually cleared out and empty. There was a little bit of a hiccup here because it's not actually our original audio. It has the old sound of Joe's recording. You hear him putting down the hairdryer and something like taps the table and you can almost hear it right there. I'm not putting anything down right there. What I would do instead is literally find the original clip of the sound instead of using someone else's dubbed sound so that there's no contaminating sounds from other videos. But for the sake of the video, I'm not going to go out there and find the other sound because it's probably going to be really annoying to find. I also felt like this was not really smooth. It's like there's some teleportation going on, and I basically hate it when things teleport in videos. So I want to make it so that it's a little smoother here. That means it's going to throw off the drop, so we're going to have to redo that. Okay, so basically this isn't blowing in time for the audio to sync up. So what I have to do is shave down the time in front, which is good because we don't want the blow dryer to take up that much time anyways. I'm basically trying to sync up this drop with the fan turning on, but at the same time I want to fix it so that I can get that putting the blow dryer down matched with the sound from the original audio. So I'm going to put it down right here. So if I make this clip just a little longer, oh, perfect. Everything's flawless. That is exactly what I'm looking for. I was able to sync the exact drop with the fan starting, and also I was able to even get the sound of me putting the blow dryer down with the original sound from before, which is like basically an external audio clip that wasn't what I recorded. What I have a habit of doing, which I really can't not do, it's I would press next and I would just press draft because it's a way of saving my progress. Because if your app crashes, I think it will recover it, but there's a chance that, you know, you might close it by accident or something. So it has happened to me in the past. So I like to draft whenever I make a bunch of edits. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and put the text in. Back in 2023 and behind, like, you could get away with copying essentially the exact text word for word and also put it over the most similar video that you could possibly make. Nowadays, in 2024, TikTok is really going after people that are copying videos like frame by frame, text word by word. So we can't do that anymore. So the original text on the other video, what people think we sell versus what we actually sell. And so I'll just say the fan people think I sell. And notice how like the text is hard to read. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to put a background style over it. This is like, I'm sure you guys all seen this font where you have the black outline. This is the best one to use. And what I normally do is I position the text not here. Actually, here's a good spot. There's good contrast in the text, so it's easy to read. You see, it's easier to read it here than here. So this is a perfect spot. And also I like to put text up top rather than bottom because there's a psychology behind this actually. When you're talking to someone, looking at them eye level, you can read their mouth, right? But if you're watching their mouth, it's hard to see their eyes. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a real thing where like putting the text up top is easier to read because you can read the text and watch the video easier than you can read the text if it was at the bottom, then watch the video when it's playing up top. We have the text right about where our upper volume button is. So I'm going to drag this out right over to here and I'm going to copy it. That's the easiest way you can do it. It keeps the font, keeps the positioning, saves me time. And then I'm just going to turn this into verses. And I'm actually going to throw an emoji in here. Okay, and then I'm just going to shrink it down because I hate like line breaks when it's unnecessary. So we got it perfectly down in one line. We're going to end the verses right as I'm done shaking my finger. That's usually how the format goes. Go ahead and copy that. And boom, we got this. And we're just going to say what I actually sell. And there's like maybe like the fan I actually. And the emoji I'm going to use for this is going to be, I think usually for like the mind blown emoji. And then I'm going to move this a little lower just because the content did move a little bit. So I'm going to match it. Notice how like the distance between the text and the white ridge versus over here. So I'm going to try to keep it the same because I guess I pointed the camera a little lower on the next take. So here's what it looks like. And just like that, that could be a viral video right there. And what I like to always do is first I'll hit next, I'll hit draft because I'm basically done, and I'll open it again. The best way to always preview your video, and you should always do this before you post, is literally to click into it from here where you select cover. Obviously you can select your cover. I find that selecting cover doesn't really matter, but I'm just gonna say like right here. And then you preview by tapping this thumbnail here. The reason we do this is because we can see where all the normal share buttons are, where your icons are and your captions are, and you just make sure that none of your text in your video is getting covered or none of your subjects are getting covered by any of these. certain times when I'm filming on my other products, there's things placed at the very edge, and these icons and buttons will cover it, and it just ruins your video. So this is a perfect time where you would look back before you post. And for me, I find that hashtags don't really matter. They kind of just help boost your virality after you go viral. It's not going to be life or death in terms of actually determining the virality, because how hashtags work, from my understanding, is once you go viral and someone searches that hashtag and that hashtag is in your video, then you'll likely place at the top of the hashtag if you do well. So more people that search the hashtag or whatever will see it. But other than that, that's really where the hashtag boost comes from. If you have a viral video, it's going to go viral regardless. You can literally post captionless, you're still going to go viral if you were meant to go viral. So it literally doesn't matter. Short video, quick, straight to the point, designed for virality. Okay, so basically now I would just throw up a random caption that honestly doesn't really matter. The caption's here. For this video, I would probably put something along the lines of literally a jet engine that fits in your pockets, right? And I would throw an emoji in there, something like this, and boom, that is how I normally would go by filming. And it's important you notice that I didn't really do as many takes as I normally would. If I were to show you guys my camera roll, usually one single take, I would redo it 6, 7 to 10 times, just because my standards of having the clip perfect are so high. So my camera roll would just be rows and rows of the same clip. But in this case, I literally just did it on my first try, and I don't expect anyone to be able to pull it off on their first try. It's just because I've already done this format many times and I'm used to it. So it was pretty easy to just get it down. There were imperfections in the videos, like the magnet not being there and stuff like that, but not an issue. We worked right around it, still synced the sound perfectly with the video. Yeah, I hope you guys basically learned a little bit from how I edit. Now, usually it goes way more advanced than that. This is honestly one of the most simple videos I could potentially make for the camera. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here for hours explaining exactly what I'm doing. That's about it. So we're going to do the next case study here with Michael. It's going to be a special one. It's going to be my $1 million case study. Mikey is trying to feed the starving cat a Sony camera battery right now. Right now, I'm hopping on a call with my creator, Joe. Joe is basically really cracked, and he's able to put together a bunch of videos for me, all 3 of my brands, and basically handle all the back-end stuff and do all of that. And we work together to basically make ideas, and if Joe ever needs help, I'm basically his guide in a way. The good part about having this kind of connection and relation is Joe gets to learn all about dropshipping. He gets to learn from all of my experiences, and then he gets to do it himself and get feedback for it and get paid at the same time. So, instead of working a shit 9 to 5, he's able to do something that is actually compounding skill in a way where he's able to then make money from it later on for himself. So, Joe, why don't you start off by talking about what you're planning on doing today?
Today, we have 3 products to make videos for. Product 1 is going to be 2 videos, product 2, 2 videos, and product 3, 2 videos as well. So 6 videos in a day. So for the first product, we'll have the prototype versus product. For the second video, it's going to be one of those voiceover ones, right? So those ones take a little bit more time. And the hook is going to be random TikTok finds I just slapped.
You want to just tell everyone also, where do you find your hooks?
I find my hooks just by scrolling randomly on TikTok when I see something that I'm oh, okay, well, this video I'm watching right now, right? I'm stopping to watch this video. So why am I stopping to watch this video? Is the hook good? Well, if the hook is good, can I use it for the products I'm currently running?
To tell you guys a little bit more, whenever Joe runs out of ideas, it's very awesome just to have 2 people that are very knowledgeable about the organic topic. And Joe's essentially I would consider him a business partner, not an employee. He helps me run so much of the back end, and he sees so much that he can almost be me. And so whenever you guys are running, let's say, a long-term brand, you really need someone like Joe. And people tell me, Michael and Jacob, they all tell me that to have someone like Joe is actually really rare. If you were to ever just get started into dropshipping or whatever, start in any business, it's oftentimes really helpful to have a friend there that is willing to learn, because you can split up the work at the end, and it allows you to scale beyond to many more opportunities usually than what you're capable of doing alone. I'm able to be out here doing what I'm doing, filming with everyone, because Joe is able to handle the work at home and take over temporarily and that kind of stuff. Do you have any questions for me for today?
So right now I'm experiencing this little problem. My videos, they sometimes lag when I upload them to Reels. As in the frame rate drops. So when I export it, right, and I'm watching it on my phone, I upload to TikTok, there's no frame rate issue. But as soon as I upload to Reels or I upload it to YouTube Shorts, the frame rate drops. For Reels, I can't tell if it's going to drop because it still shows up as normal in the preview. But for Shorts, as soon as I upload it and I look at it in the Shorts platform, it lags, so I'm able to like not post it when I can clearly see that it's lagging.
So basically, like, this has been a common issue amongst a lot of students right now that are in the program. The main fix to that is using your laptop to upload the video, because I'm seeing that a lot of people, even if you have like a newer phone model, it's not necessarily working and pushing as well. You still have this, like, you upload it and then you get this frame lag thing. So number one advice for it is just go onto your phone, airdrop it onto your laptop, and then re-upload it on your laptop for YouTube Shorts. That way your laptop usually has more processing power. I think it has something to do with that, where it doesn't cause that problem. Now, if you do everything right, it should work, because that solved it for a lot of us.
So I'm filming for product 2 right now, and I'm noticing that it's pretty blurry for some reason. Like, it's getting more and more blurry the more I take videos. So is it like my phone's storage space, or is it like a camera issue?
What do you mean by blurry?
Like, it's getting really cloudy looking.
Are you cleaning your camera?
Maybe not as often as I should be.
Biggest beginner mistake, and even advanced apparently, is people don't clean their fucking cameras before they start recording. If you think my videos are crisp, it's literally because I like wipe my, like, you just use your like pants. You literally just wipe your camera before every filming session, and I guarantee you your videos will just turn out so much crispier.
Also, I just started running this new product. I'm trying to find like more ideas for the videos, because it's more of a niche product. Where should I go to find them?
You should probably just like search more into the niche. Like, for example, like, I don't know which product you're talking about here, but like, let's say if it's like a car product, just legit search up like car videos and you'll find like formats that are just working. That's why, like, sometimes people say it's like definitely easier to do products that you actually are passionate about and you have knowledge in the niche about. And that's what I strongly encourage everyone to do. But obviously we're not always in control of that. So the last thing you could do is just do research on a niche constantly.
Yeah, that's about all for today. If anything comes up, I'll let you know.
So the boys came in and took my microphone wire, because apparently we don't have enough microphone wires. The other one broke or something. So I also just got robbed of my tripod. So we basically got calls with the students in the program, and what I usually do is I just take about 2 to 3 hours worth of calls every day, but because I'm here on vacation in Mexico, we're only going to be doing 1 hour of calls. On these calls, I'm going to go over all of the students' material, their video or their product selection, essentially any kind of questions they have, just all kinds of broad questions. They can go from beginner to advanced. I answer them to the best of my abilities, and I will usually teach them how I like to do things. So number one tip for here is just match your sound with the visuals, and when something happens like a drop, you should have something cool happening in the video, whether it's like pulling it out the box or like something where you're like showing something more exciting about the product, visually appealing. It has to happen on the drop, so don't waste drops and always have something go down. Alright, so we have finished up our calls for the day, and it is placed in the kitchen already, so we're gonna go ahead and see what they got for us. Don't know what this is called. It's like bean burritos that have been cut up. Got some chicken breast, got some shrimp, some rice, corn, potatoes, and some nice beef. I have to say, the food here in Mexico so far has been amazing. Having like a private chef is just such a dub. I'm gonna go ahead and eat some food, on to the next thing.
If somebody here wins, I'm gonna crush you in sparring. Because you make me look bad.
Who the fuck wants to win then? I'm losing, bro.
What's your max?
You don't need to know.
No, I do need to know.
don't need to know.
I'm telling you guys right now, I get my revenge.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go! What the fuck? Kurwa! 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
2 hours later.
Come on, guys. 54! You guys skip 2. 55! I'm cutting! Come on, let's go do 60. Up to 60. I'm liking it. Yes, boys.
Damn, you called it. You literally said your record was 59.
It's literally 59 though. I fell off 53, bro. 53, I fell off.
Last time you did 59.
No, last time I did 60 and then I did 59.
Oh man.
I don't know what happened.
He was talking like he wouldn't be able to do
Yeah, like
40 or something.
yeah.
No, because bro, I weigh 107 kilograms.
Damn, boy, he's thick!
I wasn't expecting to be able to do 59.
What was the last time you did push-up?
You know, I do them every day. Oh, Kuba fucked up the count. He was like 1, 2, 3, go! Instead of being 4, 5, 6, he just did 1, 2, 3, go. And we did 3 already.